UAV ready. Friendly drone support is active.
What's up everybody, vmortega or Ego on Actual, bringing you another video commentary right here. And today I just want to talk about how I've been enjoying Call of Duty lately. And lately I've been I found this new appreciation to playing Call of Duty. I haven't really changed much of my habits besides a few things, but I still do play it almost every day. So I get on an hour here and there, but I found this new appreciation, and I find this new way of enjoying this game. And the reason for that is lately I haven't been paying attention to any kind of other news or leaks or new information about Call of Duty, especially with Call of Duty World War II. I haven't really paid much attention to it, so whatever I know firsthand. I mean, any information that I know, I find out firsthand. The only thing that I know so far is whatever I found out on the beta and all the other things that came before that. But after that, that's about it. So I haven't really paid much attention to anything, any kind of news or any kind of leaked information online regarding Call of Duty. I mean, to begin with, I'm not really that much more involved with it anyway. I mean, I don't have a Facebook account, and I have a Twitter account that I mainly use with Call of Duty, and giving likes and things like that. But I'm hardly in there. So, and whenever I'm there, I'm just scrolling to other people's things, and you pay attention to kind of whatever news that's in there talking about Call of Duty, and for the most part, it's negative. So I try not to pay attention to all of that stuff. So and lately, after I mean, not really making a conscious effort of ignoring it, but lately I just really stopped paying attention to anything that has anything to do online with Call of Duty. Stopped looking at Charlie Intel, that type of stuff, and lately I've been enjoying the game more and more. And I don't know what that is. Maybe because I'm getting away from all the negativity that comes with the game, especially with Infinite Warfare, and maybe that's a big factor to that. And I think it's I think it's a good thing, and I that's why I'm trying to share with everybody that maybe that's how we should enjoy these games. Maybe not pay attention to anything, and not try not to inundate yourself with all these details that are upcoming and things like that, or maybe not paying attention to what other people are saying about the games themselves. Not paying attention to other people's opinions, rather than instead just focusing on the facts about the game, and maybe as a player, and as an avid gamer, also a YouTuber. Maybe that's the best way of enjoying these games. And I remember looking back, and I know in the reason for this that I really stopped paying attention is because of the disappointment that eventually inevitably comes with it whenever you're expecting something and then you get something else, and then it becomes more of a letdown. I remember specifically years ago, after Call of Duty Ghosts, after Black Ops 2, it's really Call of Duty was really popular at that time, and then going into Ghosts, when Ghosts was coming, there was a big optimism when it comes to the next game, and everybody was looking forward to it, and I was one of those players, and I was heavily into it, looking at the details, and whatever leak information, whatever is coming in, I was taking it all in. So I was involved with all that hype train. And then when the game came out, and it was a big letdown. I mean, don't get me wrong, Call of Duty Ghosts, I like playing that game, but there's a lot of things in that game that really turned a lot of people off, including myself. More specifically, how the maps are designed and things like that were too big and stuff. So there was a big letdown. Whenever you're expecting something, and then you get something else that that you didn't like, and that's what I try to prevent, especially on the year-over-year basis when this new titles come. There's always these high level of expectation. I mean, even including for myself, I expect the game to be, first and foremost, to be enjoyable. But like I said, I try not to pay attention to all the details. And what happens too is that whenever you're paying attention to these news, leaked information, and then you're trying to, let's say you're going into Twitter and then you're seeing all these things, specifically with what happened to Infinite Warfare, how negative it is, how badly it did, especially online, is that you're seeing all these opinions of other people, and then it's almost like I don't know, for myself, I can't speak for everyone else, but for me, I try to avoid it, like I said, because you become influenced by other people's opinion, and then that's you're this mindset. You take on this whole mindset that the game is bad. So now lately, like I said, I try not to pay attention, and it seems like it's a refreshing feeling whenever you are you're playing a game, and then you find something out for yourself, and it's a very good thing. And I like I said, it's kind of like the game usually around this time of year is like you're sick of it, you're just going through the motions. But for me, the game, don't get me wrong, and Infinite Warfare is not very popular, but it's like it's something whenever I find something new, it's almost like something fresh, right? For instance, more specifically, is that they released, I guess, two melee weapons and a rocket launcher, which I don't even use any of them, so I didn't even know that. I just logged on one day and they were there, and I was like, oh, I had no idea. And I was like, oh, that's a pleasant surprise, something new with the game. I had no idea, but yeah, it's almost like a good way, and maybe that's to enjoy these games. Maybe that's how we should approach it. Maybe instead of poring over all these leak information and just trying to inundate yourself with all these new information regarding the game that you like, maybe it's better to just find out on your own, when wait until you get the game and then just explore for yourself and find out for yourself, rather than just looking for new information and just having that information firsthand before you actually take hold of that game, even before having that game for yourself to play. Yeah, maybe that's a good way of approaching it. I've noticed that whenever I'm going into like Reddit, for instance, I see a lot of people who genuinely like the game, and I see them, and then they have all these they post all their opinions about how good the game is, and I agree with them, and I've noticed that maybe these guys, are not really more privy to what other people are saying. Maybe maybe that's why, or maybe they're just ignoring it. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe that's how we should be. Just ignore all the negativity and then just find things out for yourself and formulate your own opinion. And anyway, I kind of rambled, and I hope I'm making any sense. But like I said, I found myself enjoying it more, these games, whenever I just ignore what is out there. I think it's the best way to just try to enjoy the game. Eventually, you kind of get used to, or you get sick of all these things that are coming out, and then there's all these negative reaction to it, and maybe it's the best way to just approach it. Just ignore all that stuff. Stay away from Twitter. I still go. I for the most part, I still am on YouTube and post eventually, and I still watch videos. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I stay away from them. I stop supporting all the people that I like on the channels that I like. I still do that. I watch the videos, but for the most part, whenever there's kind of like leaked information or anything like that, I stay away from it. Even with Infinite Warfare, stay away from any of that stuff. And I find myself liking the game more. What do you guys think of that? I hope you understand where I'm coming from, and let me know what you guys think. Maybe and maybe follow the same approach if you think you are getting sick of the game, maybe just take your mind off of all the negativity and just stay away from all those information that are coming out of the internet, and maybe you'll gain a better appreciation for Call of Duty. Hope you like this video, and if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. And for everyone who normally or regularly watch my videos, thank you and have a nice day. Bye.
Oh, yeah.